Danny Flexen here for Seconds Out. Delighted to be joined by former two-time English light heavyweight champion Joel Yakka McIntyre. Joe, how you doing, mate?
Yeah, very well, mate. You okay?
I'm good, thank you. We last saw you in action last weekend, pushing a tough prospect in Ezra Taylor. Unfortunately, it didn't go your way in the end. But what are your reflections on the fight?
So yeah, it was good to get in there with a young prospect, see how they're sort of faring these days. I mean, I'm under no illusion that we're at different stages of our career, but like I always come in and I always come to win. So I'm hoping to always put on a good show, you know. It's a bit of a shame. 1 second to go in the last round, I got stopped. I mean, I wasn't hurt. I did catch good body shots, good ones to solar plexus, and heard the 10-second warning go. Just thought I'm just there. I can just survive this 10 seconds. Is all I got to do. 10 seconds, and of course, then the referee stepped in, which was a bit bitter. But what can I say, man? I respect the referee's decision. You know, Ford knew I was in big trouble. So, yeah, respect.
And you've been in with so many top fighters throughout your career, some wins, some losses. How good is Ezra Taylor from your experience?
Yeah, he was. I mean, he's pretty novice. You can tell that with the experience and the variation of shots and stuff like that. But I expect him to improve, and I'm sure he will only get better. Yeah, I mean, he was pretty tough, pretty good lad. Obviously, fairly fit. Yeah, like I say, obviously, but you just expect that from a 6-0 lad. But yeah, nothing. Don't get me wrong, I'm not being anything like it wasn't anything wow, blow me away. But like I say, I only expect him to get better. So.
What does the future now hold for you after that? Obviously, you're not going to be straight back out, but what does the future hold?
If I'm completely honest, one, possibly two more, and then we're done. I did say in another interview that I'd like to get in there with some of the top guys. And I know I'm not necessarily going to get all the opportunities I'd like to get at this stage, especially on four losses on the bounce. But like I say, I'm always going to give it my best. If I get in there, I'm always going to try and put on a good show. And I would like to test myself against still some of the top boys in the division. I like fight stylistically. My last few fights have all been, taller guys, better boxers. I'd like to go in there and get in there with someone who's just maybe just like a rugged all-rounder or a tough, strong guy, and see how they fare up. Because obviously, like we know, styles make fights. My last few have all been not stylistically ideal for myself. My boxing skills aren't exactly through the roof, but as everyone knows, I'm tough and strong. But yeah, I'd like to get in there with someone sort of. I'm fairly small for light heavyweight. I'd like to get in there with someone maybe a bit, 6 foot, something like that. It'd be nice. But then again, we'll see. See what happens.
And you said 1 or 2 more. If it was an ideal world, who would those 1 or 2 fights be against? Who would you like?
Oh mate, I'd like to get in with two top guys, for the last 2. I mean, there's people that ain't going to come anywhere near me now, obviously, and there's guys that probably still need to test themselves against someone like myself. You've got obviously Ben Whittaker, who's still very untested, really. Someone like Azeez now has done passed a few tests, but that's a great fight. Like I say, stylistically, I'd like to get in with a good workhorse, good all-rounded workhorse like himself. Even someone like Bruises, I'd love to test myself against someone like that. I've got respect for these guys. I've got respect for all the guys, really. There's no bad blood with anyone, but I will say names. And they're the types of names I'd like to get in there with. Even someone like Anthony Yarde, I mean, listen, he has come off losses at world level, and they're like pretty much his only losses, apart from obviously Lyndon Arthur as well. That's world level, arguably as well. But that's another one I'd love to get in with. You know, just let's just feel how strong that guy really is, and you know, see how good he really is. You know.
And what's made you come to the conclusion that you only want one or two more?
It's the age thing, mate. It's you know, it's one like I said, I've noticed now in these last few fights. If I'm completely honest, you've got these guys that are very active prospects. You know, they're in training camps all over the world, here, there, and everywhere, and they're grafting out day in day out. I'm trying to sort of run a bit of a business myself, you know, alongside the boxing, as well as like, you know, got a child and a wife and everything like that. So I know it's not unusual because, you know, most of us guys have got that, but just coming towards the end of it, I think, mate, 35 years old. Don't need to go on forever, but I would like to test myself with some of the top lads before I go.
And what if you perform really well in those two fights, even win both or one of them? Is that not going to encourage you to carry on?
Well, yeah, of course, of course. Every fight in boxing is that's why the plan. You can never really make a plan beyond the next fight. And people always say one fight at a time because things completely change. Like I went in there on the weekend with Ezra, thinking if I upset the party on this changes things completely. You know, unfortunately, it wasn't to be. Would have been interesting to see the scorecards, but it wasn't to be. But yeah, you never know. Anything can happen. I know I can hit. I know I'm a strong man. I can fight, and it only takes one or two big shots from us light heavyweights, and everything can change. The whole landscape can change.
Yeah, we know you're a big puncher, and obviously you'll be a risk for some people. But I guess with the recent record you mentioned, this 4 defeats in a row, the plus side, if there is one, is that you might get more people willing to risk their O against you.
Yeah, you're right. Actually, yeah, of course. Yeah, I mean, it's the value in people taking the fight. But yeah, you're right. I suppose it's always been a beauty of mine. My record is that I haven't got too many stoppages on my record because that's another thing that makes me a little bit more attractive to fighters. I'm not like a out and out knockout artist, but obviously I can hit. So there's good and bad in that sort of thing, like you say.
Yeah, I think there's a few unfortunate victims out there that would disagree that you're not a puncher. It might not happen every fight. It might not be reflected in your record, but I've seen some big knockouts from you in the past. So.
I think there's been more in the gym than there's been in the ring, to be fair.
I don't know about that, but yeah, I'll take your word for it. So when are we next likely to see you out?
I'll speak to my manager. He's, you know, I trust what he has to say, and where we go. Chris Hitchens, he's looked after me since I've been back in the game since 2021. I want to get one in before Christmas, whether it be maybe a little local one just to come back, or we'll see how the landscape lies and see if there is any phone calls, and I'll just remain ready as I always do.
And how's business going outside of the ring? How's the job?
Pardon, mate, say that again?
I said, how's business going outside of the ring? How's the job?
Oh man, it's good. Like I'm in the gym as we speak. I've just had my 5 p.m. Youth boxing class. So I have a few classes in here, and obviously PTs because that's what I do, and that's what I do best. I like to try and like sort of I like to train the youngsters in the boxing, obviously, and yeah, clients and PT sessions. So it's all building. So it's all good. It's all good, mate.
It must be a comfort to you to have that already working in the background, or even alongside the boxing, so you know when it is time to go. That's their waiting.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely, mate. Yeah, you got. I think you got to have a plan. I think more young boxers do these days. They have something to fall back on. For me, the whole time I was boxing in the beginning, it was like I had nothing, no plan B. It was just this, just I was living in London, living away from home, just 100%. And that's fine if that's fine, whatever. But if it doesn't work out, you've got to have something else. So I'd recommend that to any boxer. I don't care if you're top prospect, bloody golden medalist, whatever. It doesn't matter. I think you always got to have a contingency plan. And yeah, this works perfectly with what I'm doing now. So I can still train, stay ready for the fights if they come, and obviously do my job as well.
Good stuff. And how's the family?
Yeah, very well, mate. Very well. Thank you very much. Yeah, they're always happier on this side of a fight than last week, as you can imagine. Yeah, but yeah, it's all good, mate.
But you're
all good,
unmarked.
thank you.
It's not like you're bashed up.
No, I'm not. I'm all right. I had a couple of panda eyes, mate, but I'm a bit of a peach anyway. I only get I get like a strong breeze and I get a bruise on my head. But like other than that, you know what I mean? No, it's not too bad to be fair, considering.
Oh, I'm glad. All right. Well, when you get an idea of what that next fight's going to be, let's catch up again and we'll talk about it then.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. Yeah, I will. I'll keep you posted. Definitely.
Wicked. All right. Well, I look forward to that, and yeah, enjoy the rest of your evening.
Thanks, Danny. Brilliant. Speak to you, mate.
Always a pleasure, mate. Take care.